Hello. Hey, good evening, everyone. We are just 10 minutes behind the schedule. Uh, we just were waiting for somebody celebrating their wedding or something. It was a very huge source of sound here, noisy. I couldn't hear you. We probably couldn't hear much, so you probably couldn't have heard me a little. Um, okay, so we are back after a few days. Something that kept me busy for a few days was because we were going live with Udemy, and there were a lot of to and fro with respect to so that they would give us some comments, then we would rectify certain things and then repost it, and again that submission. So it was a slightly longer time period to get the whole things approved, and finally I think about a week back on 20th April, uh, we are live with all our Elliott Wave courses. So just April, I think the last live we had was on 9th of April, and from then we just had uh, been busy into this whole uh, Udemy, so course and related stuff. So finally, we are on, and finally, we'll be back on a regular intervals with all our lives, and we'll have with our commentary on the whole thing. So that's the fact. Now we've had a very disturbing sort of a April. Um, it recovery again was underway, and we just had a long uh, some big gaps as well in the entire month. So that's where we have been there. Just took some time recovering from it. Chalo, let's quickly jump to Nifty. Oh, so here we are. Uh, this is a 75-minute time frame. Again, I'm not going to go back. We had this big fall. This was WXY, and for a moment, for a while, it felt like it was a double X in making, and then it would make a Z. But from April, I think it's rising, and we did not get the whole impulse five waves in this movement so far. Now this is I've got a 1 degree fall here. Also, there is a fall that's happening from here. This could be also a degree fall. Now ABC is what I think the count could be. I've not yet I've not made up my mind yet, or there is no confirmation of whether this is a W or an A. So we'll have to wait what's happening now. Um, we had taken about 58 bars to complete this degree, so I think at least the half time of it we'll wait and we'll see what it is making, whether it's a W or A, then there is an X in recovery, or there's a continuation of correction. We'll see that all of it. I think we have seen it in our codes. So this is something where we are waiting currently. This correction, or this particular part, was a higher degree A, maybe. I can just change the color to, let's say, so this is a higher degree, and now we are getting into ABC or WXY. We'll have to wait and see. So coming to the next week, we could be uh, we will probably see this continuation. It's just corrected 23% from this rise. So even if I consider it to be 38% correction, the 38% retracement, we still have about 300 odd points to go. It could very well go to 38 or 50% as well. So the fall is underway, and the fall is not complete as what it looks like. If I get one level down to 15 minutes time frame, okay, we still have, I can just roughly sort of count it in a way. We have one move, two, three, four, and fifth move just completed. So as long as we have our price above this trend or below this trend line, we'll probably see the continuation of the fall. So we'll have to wait and see. So currently, the down move will continue. It looks like it will continue on Monday as well, unless it breaks this particular trend line. But this will be an early signal because we are in 15-minute time frame. So Monday could be a continuation. We have had a if you look at this, we have had a volatility in the last week, in the last candle on Friday. So this is not really a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing or any kind of reversal pattern yet, but we could see that there was a indecisiveness at the end of the at the last session in Friday, last two sessions. So that could probably be uh, slowing down the momentum a bit, but so far it looks like it will continue the downward. Now let's move to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty has also had a similar fall in 75 minutes. If I look at, it's just the big crazy fall that we have seen in the entire month of March, and then a recovery in April so far. Okay, it's the mouse. I think I need to get that thing fixed. Okay, so here also there are two similar falls. It could be a degree fall. So as long as probably this trend line is not broken, we may see a top again. Or if the trend line breaks, then this will also have a similar fall like what we have in Nifty. Now the stark difference or the difference between Nifty and Bank Nifty is that this could still be a part of an impulse. We could see this continue for a little while and then reverse unless it is broken, unless this trend line is broken. So Bank Nifty we are not really, and here at this point in time we see a kind of a bullish engulfing pattern. Could be something that might, if there is a strong momentum, because uh, we may see some kind of uh, just a little more up move a little, and probably from there it could correct. So Bank Nifty, we need to see the opening on Monday and then decide what is the decision, what the direction is going to be. Let's look at Nifty FMCG. Okay, so we'll start with the daily. I'll start with weekly actually. It's a long fall and a very big one. So this entire period from, let's say, the September 24, Nifty FMCG, the entire markets have been falling, but Nifty FMCG has had a very big sharp fall. It's a zigzag correction, and it has completed its zigzag, and there's a recovery underway. However, the trend line is still not broken, so we may see a rapid move, as long as the price is below this trend line. Will not be very sure whether this is a bullish reversal or anything. So there is a reversal that has happened here. It's a reversal pattern, and then price has also recovered in last 3 weeks very sharply. However, the price is still below this trend line, so we'll need to wait and see if uh, it's actually the reversal and it's actually going to make a higher high. It'll just be only after this trend line is broken, probably then we can correct, we can see and conclude and see. Now, if you see this in the daily time frame, again, this is the price. I think this is the price 52,560 or something, which will be a very crucial level, because from where it has actually has fallen in a way, and if it recovers and like exactly like makes a mirror image of what the fall has been, this is an important level we would see. Till then, we will basically see. But again, in the last week or in the last move here, if I can switch to 75 minutes, I can see an impulse here. Okay, so probably this is what I'll draw the trend line at, and probably wait a little here. Okay, so this could be my impulse. and it could probably make an up move. It will continue a little more, and probably it can correct. But again, the trend line is something that needs to hold if it needs to continue a little further. And if it doesn't, then probably we'll see a reversal. Then we'll change the count on Monday and see. So Monday opening again, like Nifty or like Bank Nifty, it is something that will decide what the direction for FMCG is going to be for the coming week. Let's look at Nifty IT maybe. IT, I think I've not seen it for a long time. Okay, let's start from daily. Okay, let's start from weekly. So this is also a zigzag, and we will probably see a uh, again. This is a crucial trend line. We've had a big fall in the last week as well in Nifty IT, and it could probably continue a little more. So I'll just quickly remove it and start. And this is a time period we have marked already, which is an important one. It is 1st of June, but let me start from the top again. Okay. So I'll do it live. I mean, I'll just probably take maybe a minute or two to actually analyze this completely. Okay. So as per time period, if I look at it, we are still in we are still making a C here, and the C could have a target which is roughly what 61% is broken. We will see probably 100 and 127. So Nifty IT is expected to continue in the down move. There is no chance of recovery as of yet. This probably could have looked like a corrective, but the C of the correction is also an impulse. So it's probably the zigzag correction that's what it is showing at the moment. It's 4 bars, 6 bars, and 10 bars. So yeah, this could be a zigzag correction into C as well. So that is something we'll need to wait. Nifty IT does not see any recovery as of yet. Again, there were back gaps, so we will probably see this fall continuing for a little while. If I simply start looking at this point onwards, I could see a diagonal here. Okay, so I think from this part we've already have had a reversal. We can still wait or expect it to continue till 127%. And so Nifty IT needs to recover a lot from these gaps, and also this very big strong bearish candle which has a very strong momentum, and it will continue. So Nifty IT should also continue its downward journey, and with respect to the time it should take, probably it will take a long time to recover, or it'll take a long time to at least form the base. The fall is going to continue probably as per time rules till maybe end of July or August. This is August actually. Yeah, this is August. End of August is what time suggests that it is going to continue. So no longs yet here. Uh, let's look at Nifty Pharma. Okay, this is still a I don't know all of it. I'm still in weekly. Okay, so Nifty IT, there was no point in looking at it in a daily time frame. Uh, look at this, or maybe look at a couple of more bars here, whichever way. So this is a flat correction, and here also I think we've had a fall like this. So we are expecting a fall that will continue further. If this is actually B, we don't yet have a confirmation that this is the top, but I'm assuming that this is the top and it will probably not continue. Theoretically, Nifty Pharma can have a top, if it's a B, can go to 24,480. This is possible. But however, let's assume that as per time period, it will probably take another two, three more candles or just one small top here. Or this is actually a top. This is also as per time rules, roughly matches. So the minimum target for Nifty Pharma also is going to be 20,540 or so. It'll take a little while to recover. So maybe 2648. The average would be around 37 bars from here is where probably this is how I would see Nifty Pharma also to make a bottom. However, we still can see a B that is moving up, and if this particular top, the price breaks this particular top, we'll probably need to redefine the target for B. Okay, let me see if there is any issue with the stream. Oh, is it visible now? Oh, I'm so sorry, I missed this whole chat the whole time. Just a second, I'll try sharing it again. Is the screen visible? Can somebody give a thumbs up or anything? Yeah. Okay. So pharma could have a top maybe slightly higher if this particular top is broken, and then probably will be reversing the whole situation. Now, looking at all indices like this, we still have some kind of uncertainty. I'll come back to Nifty again, and let's see if there are any uh, points or any interesting price levels that we should be watching out. Uh, I'll slightly go back a little. This is September 24 from where the fall had started. Uh, it's again. I'll quickly come back to it. We saw this, or we initially thought it would be like the wave 4 here, and then this is the part of wave 5. But actually, when this particular top could not be broken, I remember this 26,300 level, roughly around that, when it could not be broken, this is where we had a inclination. We thought that it could probably be a reversal, and it happened that way. So why we would say this time period is exactly matching. If you look at Nifty tops here, we have covered a big deal, and actually this is the point where this particular 24,350 level, when it got broken here with big caps. I think that was the time it was very certain and sure that this is not an impulse anymore. So we changed our counts, and this is how we are counting right now. So if I look at simply the time period, I still have 34 bars left. This is weekly I'm talking about. 34 bars is somewhere around August. So we have time for C till August. Okay. And if we look at the minimum target also for C, the minimum target is reached. But if I just assume that if C is following the rule of equality, and it actually comes to the bottom again, 21,800 or so, uh, we still don't have the confirmation of this. I mean, the trend is still down move. It's a downtrend that will continue. We still don't have a clarity, or we still don't have a long position till this particular trend line is broken. So if I do the internal count again, which is what we started, this was A, this was B, and then this was C. So this was actually an A. If you recall this whole discussion where it started from. Maybe I'll make it smaller here. So from here, if A has taken 12 bars, roughly B will be here and then C will be somewhere here. That is actually make it in complete sense at the moment. So even while change it to, let's say, minute, even if we look at it, this is how we are expecting it to actually move. And change the color here. So we are still looking at A, or we have just completed A of it. We still have to reach to B. B is still a little far away, but it will also not go in the straight line. It will not keep on just rising and make a top and then fall down. But we have a plenty of time to actually start getting into long kind of positions. The markets have still not recovered in order to start taking long positions. And if you see this B is still farther, we still have a lot more ground to cover. And I'll just remove this trend line for now. In case this trend line breaks, then probably this is a hypothetical one, but if price needs to get out of it, it probably will it will have to break this particular trend line. So far we are in the journey of making B, and B is still a little farther ahead. However, even in this B, we are, if I break one more level down, I don't know if that is making sense, but it could be something like this. Okay, I'll change this degree as well. Uh, I hope that we are aware with this concept of wave within the wave. So we are in a 75-minute. If I go to weekly, among between this or within this big red series, we have a smaller green series, and in that smaller green series, we are now looking at a smaller blue series that will basically ensure that we are. And this is the count I had started my discussion with. We just probably were saying that this was, again, I can break it down into small pieces. A, B, C, this could be W, and this is okay. I'll make it break it one more level down. This is how initially we started this discussion with. I had mentioned that this is not sure yet whether I should call it A or a W. So I'll not call it an A right now at the moment. We'll need to see. So this is where we are at. We are still very far away from reversals in the markets, and even if we look at this, which is a short-term kind of a up move, it's still against the trend. It's not exactly where price is expected to move. So according to me, there are no longs at the moment. We always tend to have this. I mean, if you look at these big gaps and big green candles, and also a lot of fast momentum that we have here, the recovery is still probably, I would say, it's halfway there, but it's not completely recovered. So again, it's not a bullish period at the moment. There's a small up move, yes, but then even in that, it's against the trend, and the principal trend is at present a downtrend. So we need to be very careful what kind of positions we are picking and choosing, where we are entering, and accordingly, probably we need to wait. We aren't yet there. Yeah, so that's what we had for today. We'll be back again every now and then, because the major part which kept us busy for a long time was our Udemy courses that are live. I haven't yet put links, I think, to our courses and anywhere. So we still continue to run our live batches, but we also have the Udemy option for the ones who can't commit to a weekly time, because our classes are usually 2 hours a week, 2 hours at 2 hours every weekend. Like, it's a long 2 hour session that goes on to 12, 13 sessions like that. So the ones who don't we can't commit that time. That's the provision we have made for them. And it's fun. Live classes are always fun. Human interactions is always better, but in the interest of the set of people who actually needed something for their offline, and making their time and learning it at their pace and their convenience, we have that option now. So I think the major thing that kept us busy is over, and we will be regular on this, and probably will have a 15-20 minutes discussion or a live every now and then, every maybe at least a couple every alternate evenings is what I'll try. So here, I think we expect we will answer queries as well. As in, if you are interested in looking at some particular chart, or if you are, again, this is not an advisory in terms of how to basically trade it. And if you have taken a trade and you're stuck with it, this is not exactly an advisory for that. This is something we are putting across as a learning opportunity to just see this whole moves in the market in Elliott wave lens, and what that makes if we can apply certain rules. So it is for that. All this commentary and everything does not uh, indicate or does not advise you to take any kind of trades. That is something you can analyze for yourself and decide it. We'll probably just give an indication in terms of where markets are headed basis the wave counts that we do. However, if you are to take any trades and all, probably it's advised to have your own analysis as well before taking any trades in that sense. So that's it for now. I think we'll be back more regularly, and yeah, at the end of it, I'll put the link to the courses as well. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a great weekend. Okay, any queries, anything you want us to just have a look at? Okay, so we had seven viewers today. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.